and welcome to Dad's Our Job podcast, the original footballing podcast for dads by dads. I'm joined this week by Rob Horton and Callum Horton. Guys, how are we getting on this week? All good?
Yeah, evening, you right? How's everyone?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you. I thought I was doing the introduction. You stole it from me.
I'm doing the introduction. You're doing the introduction to the introduction.
I practiced that in my head and everything. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dad's Our Job podcast.
No, that's my bit.
I am your host, Robert Horton. See, I got it right first time. First time.
That's my job.
One and done.
You missed the original podcast for dads. Huh? You missed that bit.
No. You don't need that bit. That's a wasted word. That's why I didn't say it.
Original. We are the original. There's no one like us, mate. And please follow, like, and subscribe if you want more. So this week, Rob, what were we talking about this week? I mean, just a quick one. How does it feel to be on the losing end of FIFA today?
Don't we talking about? Because I've been working all day.
Bullshit. Cal,
you two been playing FIFA all day?
No,
not all day. Just a quick game of Rush on FC 25. So
I popped round for lunch, and he was like doing a quick game of FIFA. I was like, "Oh, go on then, mate."
That was you. It was your idea. He said, "Do you want a quick game? I'll play you before I go." He goes. I was like, "All right."
That's denial, mate.
What was the score?
It was 5-4 after extra time to me, and it was the Rush format, so it was like a 5-a-side.
How much did that hurt you?
Oh, I hated it. Hate losing.
How many games did you play since you come home? So you could play
I haven't played any. I've been doing my mileage.
He's playing now. He's like
that.
I've got Football Manager on here.
I've been doing my mileage for my tax return. But yes, okay. So first of all, we had a massive influx of followers for us on YouTube, or subscribers for us on YouTube over the past week. Thank you very much to all of you who have subscribed. It really does help the channel to grow. And yeah, it's given us a real confidence boost. So thank you.
It was worth you taking off your shirt last week, wasn't it?
Pardon?
It was worth you taking your shirt off last week.
No, that's the paid for account. So
you've got a paid for account.
Yeah, I've got a little hustle on the side.
I wonder what this tax return was all about. All this armpit sniffing.
Okay, so before I introduce the topic for this week, I also just wanted to there's certain topics that we do talk about on this podcast, and this one is very apt as well. It's Mental Health Awareness Month this month in May in the UK. So anyone else listening around the world, it might not be the same, but in the UK, Mental Health Awareness Month is in May. It's a really important topic, and today I'm wearing green because today is Green Day, just to kind of highlight the conversation to have, or to just encourage people to talk about the way that they are feeling if they are feeling low, because the world is a much better place with all of us in it. If you're not the type of person where you do like to talk and you're a little bit more introverted and to do things on your own, there are also amazing things that you can access online or you can read. Shout outs to The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson and The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, if you like something a little bit more fiction based. But the most important thing is, if you are feeling down or if you are feeling like a little bit overwhelmed, talk to people, because there are people in your lives that really do care about you. So yeah, that's the shout out for Mental Health Awareness Month and Wear It Green Day. And so, I don't know how our innards feel sometimes, but speaking of green, we're going to talk about some of the food that we were eating when we were younger and whether that would sort of impose that on our own children.
Just a quick one. Cal, talk about the text we got literally about an hour ago.
What text?
From Sam.
He don't look at his phone.
Who?
Replied to
mate.
it.
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah, fantastic.
So Sam, bless him, Spurs fan. He, Robbie, getting a tea?
Yeah.
Sam, the Spurs fan, he sent a message to the Tuesday Dads group and said that his kid had been fed curry twice today. So when you talk about cooking, so he's had too many curries today, and the nappies have been well full this afternoon, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. But you know what? Yeah, as an adult, having 2 curries in a day, that sounds like a lovely day, doesn't it?
Mate, I said I would not be complaining if Connie had 2 curries today. Like, I would not be complaining at all. At least she's eating, but I think if the younger kid, I think it might be a bit more sensitive. I mean, to be fair, the Vindaloo was a bit harsh on the nursery.
The jalfrezi.
Or biryani.
Oh, mate, coming out like Kulma. Just lowered the tone there, right, big time. Yeah. But go on, Rob, carry on.
I'll bring it back round. So, food that we ate when we were young that we wouldn't necessarily, that we wouldn't even like think, oh yeah, we'll do that for our kids today. All right. So I want to start one with a real. I want to start it off because I feel like I don't even think this stuff is even used anymore, right? But Callum is gonna freak out when I say it. He's gonna go into a monologue. I know it, right? Cal, what was it like cooking with lard in our house growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, you're proper old school.
Do you know what? Yeah.
With lard.
And it wasn't like, you know, like, do you know when it's old school, right? When you crack an egg into it, and the egg doesn't even hit the pan; it just floats in it. It's like that, like 2 inches of like lard fat in the bottom of the pan, and the egg would just be like, oh.
Do you know what? This is how grim it was. Cal, wait. This is how grim it was. I can remember being in the kitchen, right, and Dad was cooking with the frying pan, and was flipping the eggs or whatever. And this is what he did. I swear to God, with the spatula, got the spatula, dug it because the spatula was hot, dug it into the lard like a spoon, and just straight in the frying pan. It was so grim. Yeah. And I would never cook with lard in a million years now, ever.
I don't think who does. Not many people cook with lard full stop, right?
There's a guy. There's an old man on I think it might be Instagram or TikTok or something. It's called like Old Grandpa Joe or something like that, and he cooks like old wartime sort of food. Like he done like a cheese and bread lasagna or something that I've poured it with milk and stuff. But it's like a proper like old school, like 1950s style of cooking, but with the lard, especially like doing his chips in lard in the frying pan. And
do you know, the only time Kelly buys lard is when she's mixing birdseed in it for like the birds outside. You know, when you can
fat balls
for the birds, right? That is the only time lard ever sees this house, and it just shows how far like maybe mindset has come and the way that approaches to food has changed over the last 40 years. Because I wouldn't even imagine that now. Like, if I cook a steak, for example, it's in butter, right? Other than that, I'm using coconut oil. Like, that is what we use in our house if we're like, we're using the fryer or something. Or
that's when you know you've changed, is when you're using a coconut oil instead of blood.
that's when you've made it. That's when you made it middle class over there.
That's it. You want an hot tub next.
Oh, no. No, that was really good going in that after FIFA, by the way.
Was that page again you were talking about with the extra followers?
Yeah.
That was Rob's hot rub.
No. Let's not go there. And we don't need to do that. But like, and Carl, this is how bad it was, right? I can remember, right? Not only were we using this abundance of lard, right, but we were cooking frozen sausages in it.
Yeah.
God, man.
Yeah, straight from the freezer.
Straight from the freezer into the lard. Oh, it's grim.
Mate, that's no different to today, though. Really, when you think about it, we put frozen sausages in our air fryer, and they cook like straight away. So. I know, and it cooks quicker.
But you think all the fat comes out of that?
Yeah,
all the fat comes out of that. Oh,
the sausage becomes like a sponge.
Like you get them lady fingers in a trifle or like a tiramisu or something. That's what your sausage comes out like.
That's exactly that's disgusting, isn't it? But the thing is, like, that's what we cooked with, didn't we?
Yeah,
we cooked with lard.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, one time when I was really young, I mixed up the lard and the butter and I had lard on toast. Yeah, it was not. That was grim. That's pretty grim.
That's
it weren't nice.
No wonder we're the size we were.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
Oh, bless our parents. Yeah, lard was not the one. I can remember the first time I heard what vegetable oil. I was like, what? What's that?
Yeah, sunflower oil.
No, do you remember when? No. Do you remember when Dad we got introduced to the olive oil? right? And and then it was like, mate, we had like all these fancy bottles of olive oil, and it was like, it was like going
I
over
thought
our
he was a
salads and all
connoisseur, mate.
sorts.
He thought he was a connoisseur, didn't he? He was like, yeah.
Oh,
Dad would have been a social media influencer for olive oil if it'd been in his day. He'd been like this, like this one from Sainsbury's.
Can you imagine putting lard on your salad?
He'd have been cutting it up like feta cheese.
Dad used to do this thing where he'd be like, what was it? Dad's delicacies. Like he used to like make a curry, right? And then he'd like make this lovely curry, and then like
from a jar.
No, yeah, well, yeah, but it'd be like mixture with lots of different things, and then it had like baked beans in it. Dad's concoctions. That's what he used to call it. Oh, it's one of Dad's concoctions.
But one thing Dad did do that I really liked, was he used to put like a tablespoon of Marmite into like a shepherd's pie.
Yeah, that was good.
That was all right. That. Yeah.
Bovril we used to put in it.
Oh, I love.
No, I don't remember it being Bovril. I do remember it being Marmite. But if it was Bovril, then fairs. But I remember specifically him with like a spoonful of Marmite and just like, and that was okay.
With the concoctions thing that you said, I mean, Kerry's dad does that now. It's like, but he's known for making like really nice quiches.
Yeah.
But he'll make his quiches, but he'll go, he'll just make a normal quiche, like just like a cheese and ham quiche or whatever, or cheese and tomato quiche, and then he'd go in the fridge and go, "You a bit sweet corn relish, I'll dip that in." And he'll put loads of stuff like chilies in and stuff like that. When you eat it, like, "So is there sweet corn in this?" He goes, "Yeah, I didn't mean to. I forgot." Forgot to not put it in. But he's never made a bad quiche. My granddad loved his quiches. But yeah, when you talk about concoctions, I mean, it's always a bit of sweet corn relish in a quiche. But in terms of like convenience food, like obviously I lived on ready meals, so it was always like a quick microwave curry or something like that. Not all the time. I mean, we always had good dinners like the weekend and that, but because of going football training or doing another sport like ice hockey or going around doing tennis or whatever, I was always in from school, had something quick and then back out. So what sort of convenience foods do you remember as a kid?
In fairness to our parents, I don't really remember a lot of that type of stuff. Like I remember like you'd put like
crispy pancakes.
No, it was like
pasties. The pasties you get.
I was going to get to that. So like, we would have like, when it would be like, I can't remember what they were called, but like bird's eye chicken breasts and they were frozen. And like, we would put those in, but then also, so it wasn't so much like ready meals. It wasn't so much like we could have a chicken korma or something like that, but it would be like Callum said. So it'd be like a pasty or one of those chicken breasts. Or do you remember those Chicago town pizzas that were like this big?
Yes. Yeah.
And they had like little.
And they come in packs of 2 and 4.
Mate, I wouldn't let Danny anywhere near him, mate. Absolutely not.
We used to have 2 of them at a time.
Now.
We used to have 2 of them. We used to eat 2 of them at a time.
They're basically
like them chicken breasts. I used to have 4 of them. That would be my dinner, just 4 of them, and 2 slices of bread. It'd be like a chicken burger. That'd be my dinner. Yeah.
No wonder you were the size you were.
That's what I used to do all the time.
It was barely real chicken. It was mostly bread and potato.
Do you know? Yeah, I used to do that, and then have a bowl of cereal afterwards. I tell you what, that's something that kids are missing now. Do you remember? Yeah, we used to get like shredded wheats, but with the frosted shredded wheats. Yeah. Put them in a bowl, then put Cocoa Pops on top. Then smother it in milk.
I'd have the Weetabix at the bottom. Yeah. It'd be like I'd make my own breakfast cake, right? And the Weetabix would be at the bottom, just soaking in all the sugar in the milk as it goes through. Oh, it was disgusting. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I used to have,
fantastic time.
I used to have cornflakes with orange juice when I was younger.
What's wrong with you, mate?
Because we used to run out of milk so quickly, so it was like, I just have orange juice with cornflakes.
By one of them people that come into your school?
No,
you weren't assessed. Orange juice with cornflakes.
Yeah.
Oh, and do you know what else
made nobody worried about kids back then.
No, it's true. Do you know what else we used to do on?
Now,
the energy bar, breakfast bars.
Oh my god, yeah.
Mate, 4 or 5 of them a day, packs a day. Ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, all day long.
We'd have our breakfast, then eat one on the way to school.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll tell you what, going like school though, when you said chicken burgers just then. Me and Rob had this conversation earlier today about going to like Dixie Chicken or Favourites or something like that, and having like your hot wings and chips and stuff.
Pound for a pound, and you get £1.20 for a drink as well.
And Cal, you'd be like, you say, "Boss man, I don't want a drink. Can I have 2 extra wings?"
Yeah.
Every time.
What they call it? Is it Roadman? Is it Roadman food? Isn't it or something? Is it Roadman's now? I don't know, man. I'm not from the inns. I'm from Rush Green. I'm not from the guy that did
the. Do you remember the guy that did the best munch for a while, Cal? And it was like a schoolboy, and he was recording himself going to different chicken shops, and he was doing like
chicken shop connoisseur, isn't it?
He became famous.
Chicken shop connoisseur.
Did he? Yeah. Good luck to him. Fair play. It was creative. But this is what I mean. Like, in terms of like the breakfast cereal bars, even cereals, right? Kelly and I were like, we try our best to like push Danny away from that type of stuff because like Danny's got ADHD, right? So he doesn't need any help in the morning from that kind of stuff, right? So in the morning, we have Danny on smoothies every morning, right? And sometimes we rotate it, but like for the most part, it's like a banana-based smoothie with strawberries and might put some peanut butter in it or honey. And if I can, I try and get some oats in it so it's got a little bit of slow release energy in it. He's not a big fan of that, so that's hit or miss. But for the most part, like the kids, we're trying to get them on fresh fruit breakfasts like every morning. The thought of like giving the kids like cornflakes or shreddies or anything like that, just like high sugar stuff, which is just going to make them dip anyway, like just wouldn't even do it. And that's not a criticism of like what we were having for breakfast, really. It was more like I was thinking about it, and it was kind of like it's a weird comparison to like the way that the food standards and the kind of the culture around food has changed so much, because like cooking with lard is like a faux pas now. Like it's only like people like over like it's like socially acceptable in people over 60, and even then you're like, come on, man, give up on the lard, isn't it? And it's just mind blowing, really. And one of the things we do here as well, and you know, Kelly is a little bit of a food snob, but like we make a lot of our food from scratch. And so we don't really buy a lot of processed food. And like I said, I don't think, other than like the stuff that we talked about, one of the big things that we ate growing up was pasta. And I'm over pasta. Like I am so over pasta. We'd have tuna pasta like a couple of times a week, or a pasta bake or something. Can you remember the pasta bake? And the pasta would come out harder than when it went in. Like, you know, and
it's because it was quick. It was quick and easy to make.
Quick, it was cheap. It was easy, and it was full of cheese. Like it was just high carb food with a double of fat on top because we were dousing it in grated cheese. Like it was crazy, really.
So what about sweets? I mean, obviously sweets is obviously the main go-to, or what you remember the most as a kid. I mean, Connie's banging to Haribo at the minute, ridiculously into Haribo.
You mentioned school, right? And I was thinking about this the other day. So like we used to. Most of the time, I used to take sandwiches in school, but we did have money. We did have money to buy, like whatever we wanted. And I was thinking about I think it was like £2 a day we used to take into school.
Yeah, we get £2 a day. Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, like basically the whole time through secondary school, I used to go in and buy 2 cans of Cokes, yeah, and then I would buy 2 like chocolate bars, so Stickers and a Mars bar, and then I'd have 20p left or whatever, and then I'd try and like bump another 20p or something else so I could buy another Mars bar. So I'd have like 3 chocolate bars, 2 cans of Cokes, and then like 2 cans of Cokes, and then like the sandwich that I had in my bag.
It's just
every day.
Because
every day.
You don't really have those types of machines in schools anymore, right?
No,
that was kind of spaced out in the 2000s, wasn't it? But like I remember when I joined St Edward's in 1998, right? They had where the DET block was. There was like a Coca-Cola vending machine and a Mars vending machine.
Yeah.
You could buy a can of Coke and 2 chocolates for £1.
Yeah.
It's like they were 40p for a can and 30p for 2 chocolates. Mate, get a baguette at lunchtime, you were laughing.
Yeah, £1.30 for a baguette. What's the point of paying £1.30 for a baguette when you get all that chocolate? Like, as you say, it's true. Honestly, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we can talk about canteen food. I mean, maybe that's another one. Maybe that's another topic, canteen food. But it was crazy, really, because now the thought of like Danny getting access to that at school would
it's dangerous, isn't it?
absolutely blow my mind.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what else? Talk about nostalgia, Rob.
Yeah.
15p iron brew.
Mate,
15p iron brew.
19p iron brew. I can remember it when it was 19p. I don't remember it being 15, but yeah.
Yeah, do you remember?
Dad
bought the whole crate
of it.
Mate, it's ridiculous. Honestly.
It's disgusting, really.
Have we told you the story about when my mum and my sister went over to Australia?
Yeah.
Mate, that was the iron brew. That was part.
Have we told you the story about when they were doing buy one Big Mac, get one Big Mac free?
And have we told you that?
No, go on.
Oh, Rob, go on, you lead on that. Oh my God, it's actually neglect. It's child abuse.
So we actually went to quite a nice town. It was like the equivalent of going to Bury St Edmunds. Like, it was a nice town, right?
It was Canterbury.
So we went to Canterbury, right?
Yeah, I think it was Canterbury.
And they took us to McDonald's, right? And it was buy one Big Mac, get one Big Mac free, right? So, Dad.
No, we had vouchers as well. We had vouchers, didn't we? That's what it was.
You used to get them on the back of bus tickets, didn't you? The McDonald's
Dad just went in there.
No, we had a booklet.
Dad went in there, right? He basically ignored all the requests for what we were ordering, and he just bought everyone a Big Mac meal, right? So my dad came up about 10 Big Macs on this thing, and he's like,
"No, it was more than that."
And my mum's going, "Oh, Bob, how could you?"
Listen, we was a fat family, right? And people were looking at us going, there must have been... Oh, no, Rob plays it down. I remember eating 3 Big Macs, and there was still like 5 boxes left. It was actually... it was bad.
My parents got a lot to answer for.
Yeah, mate. But, do you know what I miss the most, right? And I think these kids don't have no idea. You know, like Freddo's used to be like 10p. I swear, like 70p now, or £1 or whatever they are now.
Oh, they're ridiculous, mate.
He's got a mortgage,
and then,
hasn't he? He's got kids.
And then like penny sweets. You can't get penny sweets anymore. There's no such thing. Like the snakes are like £1. They used to be at a snake for like 20p or whatever, 10p or whatever. It's like
it's just phenomenal, mate.
Like, you would go to a pound shop and like end up with like a bag.
Yeah,
like,
the old paper bags. Do you remember you used to get the little lids off the top of the things as like serving plates, and then the bloke would come round and like you got your sweets like that, and he'll go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and he'd like touch it with all these fingers and stuff. I'll be like, mate, I'm about to eat that, but I'm going to eat it.
I am nostalgic for that type of thing. Like, do you remember? So there was one sweet that I liked. At the time I didn't like the stick, but I liked the bit that it came with. Do you remember the sherbet dynamites?
Oh yeah.
The licorice stick.
Yeah, but I didn't bubble in your mouth.
When I was younger, I didn't like the licorice. Now I absolutely love licorice, right? But maybe it's like an aging thing. As you get older, you appreciate licorice, right? But I remember buying the dynamite just so I could have the dust, like the whatever it's called, the sherbet. Yeah, sorry. But then there's also sweets that I think that the younger generation just don't appreciate, like mint umbugs.
Oh, yeah.
My teeth are in absolute state because of them, but mint umbugs.
Yeah, that's just I mean, that's diabetes in the sweet days.
It's diabetes. Excellent. Well, okay. Based on that, then, while you're talking about sweets, I think it's time for a game of Horton v Horton.
Oh, go on then.
Horton v Horton.
I can't hear that. It's like a French pendulum around the curve.
Now, Callum's face just says it all.
I can't hear anything.
He's just like, I don't want to play a fucking quiz. Right, so I've got 5 images here of 90 sweets. Of 90 sweets that don't exist anymore. Right, so they're close-up images of these rappers.
The thing is, Adam, Robert, we ain't going to know these because we didn't have enough money to buy sweets when we were in the 90s. 2000, we might have been all right.
We talking about you used to nick 20p off your mate.
He didn't go to school in the 90s.
2000s, mate.
He went to school in 2000.
Yeah. I went to school in 2000.
Don't worry, I've got you, mate.
Oh.
I've got this. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Okay, right. I'm going to add it to the stage.
Oh God, I have no idea what
That could be anything, mate.
Hang on.
That's a
Right.
Froster.
Can you look at the screen?
Frosties.
Here we go. 1-0
Frosty.
Callum.
What is it?
Frosty.
Oh my God, Frosties! Yeah. Oh,
Frosties, the Cola
great.
Cube sweets.
They were
Well done,
really
Cal.
good.
1-0 Cal. Well
Well
done.
done, Cal.
It's because I could spell Frosties just about.
Right, ready for the next one? First one to say it.
Fuse.
No, that's
Yeah.
a whisper, isn't it?
That's Fuse.
Oh.
Was it right?
Have you got the full
Yeah,
picture
it's
of it?
Fuse.
Where's the
I have
picture?
somewhere. I've got
So I got it right. Oh, banging.
You got it right,
Fuse.
so
I
it's
remember
1-0.
that chocolate bar. Yeah.
Next one is 1-0. Next one.
Toffee mint.
Toffos.
Toffee crisp.
Toffos.
Toffos, Rob.
Is it Toffos?
2-1.
I actually, do you know what, yeah, I
Toffos.
actually do remember eating them in secondary school. I do actually remember eating them.
Because
I
they
remember
had the
eating them.
Mars bar one in the playground, and then they had the Nestle one by the integration area.
That's right, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to fuck your teeth up then.
Right, next
You can't
one.
buy them anymore.
Vice versa.
Rob.
Yes.
Vice
I
versas.
love vice versas.
I don't
They
know
were
what
like
them are.
minstrels, weren't they? They were like
Oh,
white
I do
coated.
remember them. I
They
do.
were good,
Yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah. And you'd always have to put both in your mouth at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so Rob's won this week's quiz, but for giggles, we'll do the last one.
The Mars
Oh,
bar.
the Mars bar,
Neptune. No.
Neptune. Oh no, comets.
No,
Not comets.
you're so close. You're so close.
Planet comets.
NE.
There we go. Callum, Mars planets.
Mars planets. What a shout. Can we also make some honorary mentions to ones that have gone but we've not forgotten?
Of course you can. Of course you can. Go on then.
So,
There's
do you
a
remember,
memorandum.
So, do you remember what are they called? What was the Karamak? No, it was like
Karamak. Yeah.
the
You can still
Karamak.
buy
Red label.
Karamak.
You
No,
can still buy Karamak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can still get a Karamak.
No, they have discontinued it. They have actually discontinued it recently.
And do you guys remember when they changed the name from Opal Fruits to whatever they're called now?
Starburst, wasn't it?
Starburst, but they were called Opal Fruits.
Yeah.
No, can you buy Starburst still?
I think you can still buy Starburst. By the way, Fruitella is a bad man sweet, isn't it? I still eat Fruitellas now.
Yeah.
I
What
love
about
Fruitellas.
Chewits? About Chewits with the dinosaur.
Nah, not Chewits. It was always with the Fruitellas. The Fruitellas were the best.
What was them chocolates that were stars?
And it was from
like
adulthood,
little
wasn't it?
stars.
Starburst. No.
No,
Galaxy Stars.
Magic Stars. Milky Way
Magic
Magic Stars.
Yeah, Milky
Yeah.
Way Magic May. They were banging.
Mate, how about that advert for the Milky Way? And it was like 2 cars racing or something like that.
Yeah, the blue car, the red car, the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
And listen, that's
Childhood's
one
just
thing.
like-
You know, that's one thing they don't do. They don't make adverts that they did like in the thousands and 2000s and the 90s.
Do you think it's because kids enjoyed them too much and then we all just got fat?
Yeah. There is a
remember
health,
some
sugar man.
duty.
Do you reckon it's the sugar tax? They're not allowed to show them no more, are they?
Mm.
Not allowed to show adverts no more
Mm.
on sweets and
Yeah.
beer after 9 and it or whatever it is.
I know. I mean, there's certain
Yeah,
things
that's
that are
right.
okay, like not being able to see what cigarettes are behind the thing is a good change. Those types of changes are all good, aren't they? But
Smoking's
no.
coming back though, isn't it? Because of vaping. They're saying it's a continuation now, isn't it? From
Yeah, I
vaping
mean-
to smoking.
I mean, the vaping is crazy. I mean, like, I know smoking's bad, but at least you know what you're smoking when you're smoking cigarettes. One of those chemicals you can't even pronounce.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kids don't eat sweets, they're vaping, aren't they? Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, really, when you think about it. But
you say that not much has changed. Like, obviously, you guys know that I work in the school. The kids still bring in bags of like. I think it's actually worse now, right? Because when we were kids, even though like we had like penny sweets and stuff, but they can go to like Poundland or whatever and buy packs of like stupid stuff.
bringing in contraband to sell.
Yeah, just like absolutely ridiculous stuff. That's like some kids like bringing like a chocolate log and just eat it like it's a bread roll. And it's like a chocolate
To
log.
be fair though, Cal, you're saying that some kids would just do this, yeah? How many times did you say to yourself when you were younger, when I'm older, I'm just going to buy myself a birthday cake and eat the whole thing?
Yeah, but I've done that. Yeah, but I'm an adult.
I used to talk about it all the time. When I'm older and I've got money, I'm just going to go and buy a birthday cake and eat the whole thing. And I don't think I could do it. I'd give it a good go.
You could do it. You could do it.
You would water it down with ice cream, though.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
You just lubricate it with ice cream.
Well, I was saying this the other day, right? I love ice cream so much. I've had 3 tubs of Ben and Jerry's in a day. 3 tubs.
That's disgusting. What were the flavours though? Was it fish food?
I've had fish food. I ate the what's the thingy? The
Chunky Monkey?
caramel. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then the what's the one with the goo in the middle? You know where they've got the ice cream, but they did it for. I think you still get it where they had like the toffee sauce in the middle.
I can't remember what it's called. I know what you're talking about though. Fish food was the one though. Back in the day, fish food. You wanted to buy fish food. That was the best one.
Yeah.
I liked the baked Alaska one, I must admit.
Oh no, that wasn't enough for me.
The white chocolate polar bears on them.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of white chocolate, so that's what put me off.
I mean, I'd still eat it because I'm just a pig,
chocolate.
but.
Saying of Ben and Jerry's owner was in a court in America or something like that. He caused like a commotion in the high court in America, and he got arrested and escorted out of it because it was like a protest.
Oh,
about what?
Yeah, I don't know, something about like not being able to use real polar bears in baked Alaska or something like that. I think, but
no, didn't he put worms? What's it called? Whale sperm or something in his ice cream or something. Is that not what it is?
I mean, that's Red Bull they use bull sperm, didn't they?
Yeah, that's why it's called Red Bull, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got taurine in it.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I don't taste it don't really bother me. You know what I mean?
But okay, right. So just to kind of bring it to a close, we'll wrap it up so we can get on to the second part of our podcast. The main thing that we're taking away is don't cook with lard. Right, times have moved on. Just use butter or use coconut.
Are you doing a Jerry Springer moment here?
This is how Rob sees it.
The moral of the story.
Sue sees it. Although I just want to add as well. I didn't know what an avocado was till my mid-20s. So, but having kids with sort of certain dietary requirements has made our food experience at home quite interesting actually, and I think that we cook better because of it, and I think that context and Kelly having certain food tastes as well has really dictated that, whereas I was just like, she does, and then I was just like a blank canvas, and I can remember when me and Kelly first got together, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm eating, but this is great, like it's delicious, but we did all right.
We're still here.
We're still here.
Still breathing.
Drowning in lard. Still got lard etched into my skin.
I mean,
we're still here. You look like you put it on your cheeks.
We're still here.
We all have with this lighting.
We're still here. We're still all overweight. We still all got mental health problems. But we're still breathing. We're the generation of resistance.
Yeah.
We go to 120 because we just don't know when to give up.
Yeah, we're
the cockroaches.
Yeah.
With the dung rollers, with dung beetles.
With dung rollers.
To be fair, all jokes aside, we are that generation that is the go-between. We're the generation that didn't have phones. Yeah, the last generation that didn't have phones before phones came in, and internet. The internet only came in when I was like early, or early teens or late, internet just came in like with the dial-up and everything, and then with a generation that did have phones, like, do you know what I mean? We're like the connection between the old and the start of the new. Like, we are a special generation.
We're the missing link, and like our parents were boomers.
Yeah.
So they had it easy though. That lot, they liked to. I think they didn't, but they had it easy. Those boomers. You know what it's like being one of us. So there we are.
Sorry, wrap it up. All right then. Yeah, no, I'll wrap it up there. Follow us on YouTube for our part 2, and we're not recording next week because I'm on holiday, unless I give you the access to the pod and you want to freestyle it. But I think you're going to the pub anyway, aren't you?
Is it the 4th week?
Yeah.
Oh, if it's the 4th week, then we might be going to the pub. We'll have a debrief.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if we beat Newcastle, we'll do a pod.
So we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
All right. See you soon.
Yeah.